Hey guys, how are you all? Hey guys, how are you all? Hello, how are you all doing? Trying to show you guys what it is that I got here real quick. So I have already opened up the package. I haven't really played with it too much. So this is what I got in the mail today. Let me actually, can I tag it? I think I can. I want to add. This is what I got. Does it have it tagged that you guys can see? I don't know. I haven't tagged anything since after I've started. So I don't know what it looks like when I let me look and see what it looks like. Make sure it has done it the way that I want it to do it. So that you guys can see easily what it is that I'm doing here. Yeah, okay. So it's down in the bottom right. What if I want to do... Oh. I'm trying to decide. Okay. Oh, there we go. So I'm just going to do a live review on these tabs that are on TikTok Shop. They're from Medical Coding Girl. I have tagged them in the live. They are $30 for the CPT. I think it's $25 or $30 for ICD-10-CM, and then $25, I think, for HCPCS. So when you first get it, this is everything that you get in the package. So you'll get your, just basically a info sheet. Oh, it's stapled. And then you'll get a, just kind of like information type thing. Basically letting you know that you want to make sure that you put them exactly where they are because they're not going to move. All of that kind of stuff. And then it also gives you a placement guide. So this will tell you what pages to put on. So we'll match up and make sure that everything matches page-wise. And then your top tabs. And then it gives you an alignment kind of guide, which I think is pretty nice. So I do not personally tab my personal book, but I know a lot of students do Secura, so that's why I'm doing this. So that when someone does ask me, hey, I do want to tab type thing, I can tell them these are the ones that if I were to tab, I would do this. But I personally am not going to do it on my own personal book type thing. So it's really nice because she gives you, like I said, kind of like a placement guide so that they're evenly spaced out and things along those lines. And then you've got the same thing here for your A to Z if you were to tab your alphabetic index. Now, part of the reason why I am going to tab this as well, so this is not my personal copy. of the CPT manual. This is the one that I'm using to book prep with you guys on Sunday nights. So as you can see, like I've book prepped up to a certain point. So at the end of all of the book prep for all of these sections, I'm actually going to do a giveaway for this book here. And then it's already going to have the tabs on it if someone were to win. So these are the tabs themselves. It's really nice because, I mean, they are laminated. Don't get me wrong. Like, these are good, sturdy tabs. But they would still get in my personal way. So we're going to definitely see whenever on, like, book prep days how I'm not a big fan of these because, like I said, they get in my way. But that's why I'm doing this one and not my personal. But these are really good, strong, sturdy tabs from what I can see. So that's nice. Okay. So let's start. So first tab that we're going to do is your E&M. It says it goes on page 1. So this is our E&M tab. So page 1. So it's going to, okay, so I see what she's doing. We're going to tab on your table of contents. I probably would tab, if I were doing this, I probably would tab here so that it takes me to the guidelines for that section. But let's just do it for sake of following her system. So we will take our E&M tab. Let me get my placement one. So I can make sure that I'm placing them where they should be. And then we're going to flip it over. And they are sticky all the way around, so the tab itself is going to stay closed and it's not going to go open, which is nice. Okay. Tab, the second one goes on anesthesia, page 67. So here's your anesthesia. And then placement sheet. Sorry, I'm going to have to kind of angle it a little funky. Now make sure, because your pages are gonna go together. So you want to make sure that you only have one page when you are picking up your pages so that you don't accidentally put two pages together. J. Marie, do the books come with tabs? You know they used to. Your CPT does come with tabs. These are a little bit more flimsy. These are going to be a little bit more sturdy. I personally, and I'm sure you have heard me talk about it before, I am personally not a huge fan of tabs because I've been in my books long enough that the tabs tend to get in the way. But I'm doing this just kind of as a review for the people that are wanting to tab their books to show that these are good and sturdy tabs. So the next one goes on page 79. And this is just going to be our surgery and the surgery guidelines, or the surgery table of contents. So I'm lining my page up, making sure I only have one page in there so I don't have multiple pages stuck together on accident. Yeah, these are, I mean, these are good sturdy tabs. So I will say they are good quality for sure. Okay. Now, if you are going to tab your book, I want to make sure that you guys flip through pages, make sure you're not missing any ranges, make sure that you don't have any pages that might have, like the ink has, like didn't print very well or it smeared or something like that, because I've seen a lot of that lately, that there have been issues with the printing or missing pages or something along those lines. So I want to make sure that you guys don't spend your time tabbing and all of that and then have to either tab again or figure out what it is that you want to do. So next we've got the integumentary system. This is going to be our fourth. Make sure we only have one page. Oh, did yours come, ICD-10 come with it? Did you get Optum or did you get AAPC ones? J. Marie, I'm just curious. I just want to see what this is looking like so far. I put my E&M one up a little too far, you can see, which that would drive me crazy. That's another reason that I tend to not do tabs. So musculoskeletal. This is going to be the fifth one. This is another thing that I would struggle with, is I don't know where the edge of the page is, so I don't know how far up or how far down I need to go. Sorry guys, my phone is going a little crazy at the moment. Oh yeah, back in 2021. So it was just this year that they had stopped getting, putting the tabs in them. And it wasn't that they stopped doing it. It's that they did not get them from the publisher in time to make sure that the tabs were added. So I have a feeling they will put them back in next year, but we'll see. I think my strategy is going to be go a little bit lower on the page than right at, because that's going to drive me crazy if they're not. Perfect. Yeah, Skillet, I do not tab mine at all either. I am doing this so that people that want to tab have a good option and see what it's like to tab. This is not my personal book. This is the one that I am doing on a weekly basis. I do book prep on Sundays for subscribers. This is the one that I'm using for that. This is not my personal book because the tabs would drive me crazy. But like I said, I'm just doing this so that people can see what it's like with a tabbing system. And they can see one that is a good system. Yes, when you take your CPC, you will have your apprenticeship. Usually your course will count as 1 year of experience, and then you can do practico to remove the second year. Or not necessarily not the second year, but to remove the apprenticeship if you complete practicode in addition to a course, that will have your apprenticeship taken off. Nails, I was under the impression that they were sending them out if you messaged them. Again, that's just what I've been told by a couple people. I don't know if that was only for like a limited time. I don't know. If you did get the AAPC books, you could always call them. Worst case is they would just say no. Do I like Encoder? I have a love-hate relationship with Encoder. I've always been a book type person as well. I do use an encoder at my job for looking up guidelines and looking up CMS sources and things like that. But I do tend to gravitate back to my CPT manual for actually looking up codes. I've just always been more comfortable with my book. Yeah, doing your program and then getting practicode to remove the apprenticeship. That's what we do at Legacy, is we include practicode in the program to remove your apprenticeship, and then you get, after your apprenticeship is removed, then you get the internship. I'm not even looking at page numbers now. 407, yeah. Encoder and an E&M calculator. The E&M calculator can be good for sure. Which one am I on? 3. The E&M calculator can absolutely be good. Once you do enough, then you don't really need that calculator anymore from an E&M perspective. But it is good that they supply that E&M calculator to you for sure. Do you think that remote work or working at a facility or hospital is better? It's going to depend, to be totally honest. It's going to depend on the facility or group or whatever we want to call it. Just because there are some places that their remote work and onboarding and all of that is top notch. And they're used to, see, this is another reason because I keep forgetting which one I'm on. This is some facilities are going to be better than others, and not even necessarily facilities, just employers in general. So it's kind of a hard answer to give, if I'm being totally honest. No, the tabs do not come with the book. Well, these tabs that I'm doing, these tabs do not. These are ones that I ordered off of TikTok Shop by Medical Coding Girl. So she included, I know what her thought process is, but she didn't put it on this sheet. So let's find our maternity gear in here. So our page for maternity care and delivery is going to go here because our maternity care and delivery is on this page. So it's going to go here on this side. Is that a top tab? No, she doesn't have it on the list. Yes, you can use these in the book or in the exam. Yep, 100%. Yeah, Skillet. If you are an experienced coder, then the calculators will tend to slow you down for sure. So this is number 5. 100%. That's why I don't do tabs, because tabs slow me down too. But I'm doing these like just as a little bit of a review, so that for people that do want to tab. I like books without tabs. I tend to recommend to my students not to tab, so that they can learn the layout of the book a little bit better. But I know that some people are, for lack of better words, hell-bent on tabbing. So this will give an idea. Oh, and then endocrine. See, and this drives me crazy too, because it's like every 5 pages is tabbed. But they can help you learn the layout of the book if you are not super confident in it. Danny, I don't recommend them, but like I said, I know the layout of my book enough, like so well, that the tabs do tend to slow me down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm on 6. I know whenever I tell prospective students or students not to tab, then they freak out because there's so many people that love them. But whenever I learned my book, I did not use tabs because this was not a popular method back in the day. I say back in the day, like it is, you know, I was doing this in the 60s, but I always feel like I'm like my grandparents used to say, well, we used to always walk uphill to school both ways, barefoot in the snow. Anytime I talk about how, you know, like things were so different whenever I started to learn. Because our test was 5 hours and 40 minutes, 150 questions. It was a lot crazier than what it is now. Prepping your book was not a big thing to do back then either. So my teacher, I mean, obviously, like, well, one of my teachers was really good in the fact that she taught really well. My ICD-10 teacher was amazing. My CPT teacher never showed up to class, so I had to teach myself CPT. Yeah, Elaine, back in, well, even, I think it was 2021 when they changed it. It was 150 questions before. It was 5 hours and 49 minutes. 5 hours and 40 minutes. I was reading the 39-minute question, or the 39-minute statement. Yeah, it was crazy now. Now it is 4 hours and 100 questions. Yeah, once you learn the layout of the book, you really don't need tabs. Tabs, you know exactly where you need to be in the book. And if you've noticed, every single surgery section is going to be a different color. So it definitely can help you out if you know the layout of your book, for sure. Longest test of your life. I hear you. I can already tell, and it's already driving me crazy. I know why not that I know why I stopped tabbing my books. But if you look, when you have all of your stuff here, you're going to be flipping to find whatever section of this tab is or whatever row you're on. And then you're going to spend more time flipping and trying to find your tab than getting into the section that you need to be in. So it already is driving me crazy. Because see, I'm trying to figure out what row I'm on. And you can't see the tab directly behind it. Tell me about it. As soon as I heard that they were changing it and doing it 4 hours and 100 questions, my first thought was, but that's not fair. I put in the hard work. Why don't they have to? I'm not saying that you guys have it super easy now. I'm not saying that at all. But it definitely, like, brain fatigue at that 5 hour, 40 minutes. Man, brain fatigue was real. Gosh, I do not miss those days of 5-hour, 40-minute exams at all. I took my CEMC exam last year, and it was the 100 questions, 4 hours. And I was like, man, this is a breeze. Yeah, ours wasn't either. Yeah, so J. Marie, like you get it whenever I say like ours. Did you have it whenever it was like 3 sections, like part 1, part 2, part 3? And then you didn't have to have an overall. You had to pass each of the 3 individually. Like it was wild. It was crazy. Oh, bringing back the memories. Yeah, so I mean, testing has evolved a ton over the years. See, another thing is I'm already over it. I'm only halfway through and I'm already over it. Oh, I am so not a good role model, good influence on you guys. But then again, it's just kind of one of those things that I'm not going to tell you, oh yeah, you have to have tabs just to make money off of you. In no way, shape, or form. Anything that I offer or anything that I stand behind, like I am 100%, it's not something I would do. With the exception of this one, because I will not tab another book. But at the same time, if you guys want tabs and you guys are insistent on tabs, then I want you guys to have good tabs that make sense. Oh no, here we go. No, Kels, the only exam that's out there now is the 5-hour and 40-minute, or sorry, the 4-hour exam. It is only 4 hours. That is the longest exam AAPC has now. And then all of the actual certification exams are 4 hours with the exception of your instructor certifications. But you have to have experience to be able to do instructor certifications and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I'm on 6 now. Actually, it's I'm already over it, like I said, and I'm just now halfway through. There's too many tabs, in my opinion. There's way too many tabs, but that's why I don't tab, because I know my book. Now, if you are learning your book and you get overwhelmed without having it tabbed, then... But yeah, see, I don't like the fact that there's a new tab every, like, 5 pages. These aren't even printed in order. So, you need to make sure that you are looking, because so far it's gone all the way down, but the next tab is on 771, and it's dialysis. And if you look, your dialysis is not going to be in order. So you need to make sure that you're picking up the right tab. So keep that in mind. Because I almost picked up the wrong tab. And then I would have said, why am I going to cardio? When it wasn't cardio. It should have been dialysis, but had I not been paying attention and just picked up the next one. Yeah, see... Let me show you guys. So I'm a little bit through dialysis, but when you're looking and you're trying to find, like, I can't easily find a certain one, and then there's just, it makes it bulky. It makes it really big and bulky. But I told you guys I was going to do this and find you all a good set if you wanted tabs. Yeah, like this one. There's literally a tab on this page, 771. Flip, and we're supposed to put another one up here at the top. Allie Lynn, are you talking about the coding manuals? The coding manuals, so this is gastro. The coding manuals, you can get them from AAPC. Legacy Education sells them as well on our website. The link is up in my bio. Kelly, did you say that you're testing in June? Is that why somebody said good luck in June? I think, yes, you did. Yeah, you're testing in June. Good luck. Are you doing the CPC exam in June? Yeah, see, here's another one. We're literally just flipping one page. I feel like there's tabs are a little overkill too. But I'm doing it for you guys. This is why I'm not tabbing my personal book. Because this would drive me crazy. Yes, I do teach classes. Yep. So my instructor-led class, the next start date that has openings is June 3rd. It's kind of hard to believe that that's like only a month away. Because I feel like... Which one did I just put on? Ophthalmology. So cardio. My next live instruction is June 3rd. It's on a No, what day? Is it Wednesday? Yes. No. June 3rd is a Tuesday. Sorry, my brain is here, there, and everywhere. So June 3rd is a Tuesday class, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On 3. You don't know where to start with coding. So look at courses, look at schools. If you don't know which certification you want to get, go out and take a look at other, or go out and look at job listings and job postings that are out there. And that will help you figure out which certification you want, because you'll like find a job listing that kind of piques your interest. And then see what certifications they recommend or they require. Remodeled reads. I do not sell these tabs, but I have linked the TikTok shop link in the live for Medical Coding Girl. So you can grab them there. For my classes, the instructor-led is $3,700. The self-paced is $2,700. And you get the course, you get all of your books, you get your textbook, workbook, and all of your coding manuals. You get coaching, you get resume services, you get book prep, you get resume services, book prep, boot camp, basically everything course-wise that will get you where you need to be. You get 1 year of your AAPC membership, 2 exam vouchers, you get Practicode, and an internship. Sorry, my brain is like totally shot today. The link in my bio, if you go up to my bio, medicalbillco.com/CPC, then it'll have everything out there as far as what's included in the course and things along those lines. When do new code books come out? So ICD-10 will come out usually in September, but it's effective. This is allergy. It's effective in October, so October the 1st, right? Yes, October the 1st. Sorry, my brain is so fried today. And then your CPT will come out usually in November, and that is effective January 1st. HCPCS is effective January 1st, and that typically will ship in end of December, beginning of January. How often do I do lives? I do subscriber lives every Saturday and Sunday for book prep and scenario review. As far as hang on, I'm super confused. Oh, never mind. I'll show you exactly what my brain is confused on, and it to me doesn't make sense, but we'll see. Do you have to have a high school diploma? Yes, you do. Most of your jobs are going to require it. It is a requirement of AAPC to get certified, just because most of your jobs are going to require it. So neurology. Oh, I already don't like this, but we'll go with it. So these are all of the side tabs. Trying to figure out why I have one random one up there, but if I didn't miss any. No, I just doubled up on one. It's fine. So yeah, it's super hard for me to find what I need to find. But that is what it is. Yes, GED will work. So a high school diploma or GED. Yep. Okay, so now I've done all of my side ones. So this is telling me now I need top tabs. I'm not excited about top tabs, but I'll do it just for the sake of doing it. Do you think someone who's been coding for 15 years would be able to easily pass the CPC? If you've used all different types of CPT or CPC, like coding guidelines in general, if you have used all of those in recent years, then yeah, it should be fairly simple. I'm not saying you wouldn't need to brush up on anything. Most jobs, there are going to be some jobs that are going to require 2 years of experience. However, we have students all the time with legacy that get hired because they know how to code from scratch. I'm not saying that that is a guarantee that our students get hired, but our students tend to, because we teach how to code from scratch, not just how to pass the exam. And so that's where a lot of people through other programs tend to struggle, because they're not learning exactly how to code. They are they're learning how to process of eliminate, and, they are learning not the correct ways. Why is this so... This is so back and forth. I do not like this. So my suggestion to you guys is do them front to back and not... There's literally only XXI. I would have done surgery second had I known and had I looked ahead. What tab? Hang on. Okay, I just didn't put a tab at the end. I'll show you guys what I did. Hang on, I'm looking at comments. My thing kind of went away for a second. Alignment is misspelled. Yeah, you're right. This is not my tabbing system. I would change this, but you're right. That is misspelled. What does a position in medical coding pay? It's going to completely depend on experience. It's going to depend on demographics. It's going to depend on the type of coding that you do, if it's general, if it's a specialty, all kinds of different things. So, unfortunately, that's not a super easy answer. But your range, and this is just average. Some are going to make less, some are going to make more. Your average is going to be like 22 to 25 starting out with no experience. Category 2. Okay, hang on. Before I get to category 2, I realized I missed a health and behavior on 861. Which I will be honest, there are other sections after health and behavior that I probably would have tabbed as well, but again, I'm on 2 on this one. Yes, 22 to 25 an hour. Yep. Can you work from home? Absolutely. So then the next one that I have is category 2. Category 3 is on 917. See, and if you look too, even though both of these are red, look, you've got little white marks that will help you see. So that's why I'm not a big fan of tabs, because I can find it a little bit easier anyways without all of this. But you guys will get there. If you need tabs to kind of help you learn the layout, then absolutely. But like we've kind of said, this is not my personal book that I use on a daily basis, because I will end up ripping these tabs off type thing. I know I will. I'm going to end up getting frustrated with them. So category 2, category 3, and then there's one for appendix A. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this and keep up with comments. So, Stephen Quartz, I am just tabbing the CPT manual with the System by Medical Coding Girl, so that those that do want to explore doing tabs, they kind of see what is coming out with them. Yes, I do teach online. All of my courses are listed in the link in my bio, medicalbillco.com/CPC. Yeah, I only have the guidelines for ICD-10. I'm going to work on doing some notations and things for the tabular for next year for ICD-10. I can't make any promises how detailed they're going to be, because the tabular of the ICD-10 is already fairly chocked full of information. So I can't make any promises like how much is going to be there from an ICD-10 perspective if I were to do something from the tabular. But I've had a lot of people ask about it lately. So I'm going to try to put something together for the tabular. But like I said, I can't really promise it's going to be a whole lot because I don't want that tabular to be too overwhelming. How long have I been in coding? I got certified in 2007, got my first job in 2008. All right, I'm going to draw the line and say I'm not putting on these tabs. No, I'm going to do it. I keep telling you guys I'm going to do it, and I'm just going to follow the directions, and I'm going to be a team player. So let's do it so you guys can see what it is. Oh, I'm telling you guys today, there's days that I have filters, and there are days that I don't. Today is a day that I do not have a great filter. All right, so let's do these here. Is it an oversaturated career to get into? I personally do not think it is oversaturated. Do I think that you are going to have to put in effort to find your first job? Yes, absolutely 100%. Do I think that it's going to be a job that you're going to be able to find a job 2 weeks after you get certified? Probably not, if I'm being completely honest and transparent. But it is a job that is going to be well worth the time that you put into it. When you are working on getting your certification, I would highly recommend getting a resume professionally reviewed, because that will make a huge difference in your ability to land your first job. That's going to make a huge difference in your ability to land a first job very quickly. Not very quickly, but quickly. Because in the world that we live in now with, what are the words I'm trying to say? That we live in with like AI and applications and things along those lines, then you do have AI kind of pre-screening before a human even sees your resume. So it can be the prettiest resume on the planet, but if you don't have your keywords in there, then you are going to be struggling, because the AI is not going to pull your resume out. So I promise, I've even had people say, oh, well, you're just trying to get me to do my resume because you want somebody to get paid. No. If I am recommending you guys to get a resume done, it's because there's a purpose for it and there's a benefit of it. And that's, again, another thing that our students can kind of say helps with their job search, is the fact that we include those professional resumes with Sarah Reagan, who runs Caffeinated Career Creations. So she is amazing at what she does. She can make some of the most mundane tasks look like they are rocket science. So I highly, highly, highly recommend doing some sort of resume review with someone. How do you keep putting in time while you're waiting to be hired? Do your CEUs. Your CEUs will teach you what you need to know as things change, so that if you were to go into an interview and they were to ask you a question about something new, or how do you stay up to date on changes and things along those lines, if you already have CEUs accrued, then one, you're going to be soaking up knowledge the entire time, and two, you're going to be able to show off that knowledge that you've been soaking up. For sure. How do you get a new job as a new coder? So this has been a huge topic, and there's been a whole lot of negative Nelly going on in a lot of the Facebook groups lately. So there's a couple things to do to get a job as a new coder. Do as much as you can to get that apprenticeship off. Make sure you are going to a reputable school that will count as 80 hours and will teach you how to code, not teach you how to pass the exam. Do your practicode to remove your apprenticeship, and then have your resume professionally reviewed, professionally done, and apply. Apply. It is going to probably take a decent amount of applications for you to even get your first interview. And even if a job listing says that they require 2 years, apply anyways, because they may not get somebody that meets all 5 bullet points or all 10 bullet points. And if they don't, then it is potentially, they could potentially go down the list of people that did not meet everything and they met 4 out of the 5. And they might take a chance on you. So apply. Do not be the one to tell yourself no. And do what it is that you've got to do and make yourself stand out. That's the biggest key. Yeah, I know alignment is spelled wrong. This is not my tabbing system. I'm going to give that feedback to her for sure. And I put J and K here on this page because obviously they're there on the same page. How do you even find an apprenticeship? You're not going to find apprenticeships. You are going to find programs or places that would do internships. Your apprenticeship, if you don't have 2 years of service or 2 years of experience, that's the word I was trying to think of. If you don't have 2 years of experience, then you're going to have an apprenticeship on your resume or on your certification. What school did I go to? It's a college here in town where I live in Kentucky that does no longer offer medical coding as a degree. Because if I'm being totally honest and transparent, it was a scam and they promised me an associate's. Well, and I got my associate's degree, but it's not necessary to have an associate's degree. So I went $30,000 in debt for an associate's program that did not really do me any good. So I like to recommend people to make sure that you do your research ahead of time. Do not feel like you have to do an associate's degree, things along those lines. Yeah, a lot of your programs could potentially offer an internship or an externship. Like our program at Legacy, we offer an internship only for students of Legacy, but we do offer internships. Dandelion, are you talking about mine, HCTCS? It's not HCTCS. It was a private college. The AAPC course the course that AAPC offers. So before signing up with AAPC, look at our program at Legacy. We offer the exact same course, but we have a ton of benefits and resources that AAPC does not, or at least you would have to offer, or you would have to purchase them in addition. Plus, our course with Legacy is cheaper than AAPC directly. So just to kind of give you guys a heads up, or kind of what I mean by that. The AAPC course self-paced is $28.50 or somewhere along those lines. And well, the lowest level of the self-paced. And that includes the course. It includes your code lookup software, which I will be honest, I don't even know what that code lookup software is because it's not Codify. And it includes something random. No, it's your 1 year of AAPC membership. Okay, so that's $27.50, but for or $28.50 for $2,700 with Legacy Education. We include, or we offer the course, all of your textbooks, all of your workbooks, all of your coding manuals, basically everything that you need, including book prep, boot camp, resume services, coaching, which is tutoring. And then you get practice exams. You get your 1 year of AAPC membership. You get 2 exam vouchers. You get book prep, boot camp, and then Practicode and an internship. And that is for $2,700. So for $150 less, you get all of that extra stuff. You've been a coder for 13 years, worked full-time for pediatrics, yeah. Do you have to have a high English level to study medical coding? I mean, you do need to be able to read and interpret English for sure. You need to make sure that you have a good understanding of medical terminology and anatomy as well. That is something that is going to make or break whether or not you're able to interpret records and things along those lines. Are most jobs hiring under private companies? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Texas Goddess. Do you mean like contractors? From what I understand with the DeVry program, again, I don't really have experience with it, but from what I've heard is as long as you took the course that prepares you for the CPC, you have a pretty solid foundation already built. Just do your AAPC practice exams and test your knowledge before you sit for the exam. CBCS, that is not a certification that I recommend. That is considered a billing certification in the real world and not a coding certification. Yes, you can use your 2024 books this year all the way through December. Yeah, there's a lot of companies that are doing your hiring through contractors. There are a lot of companies that don't. I highly recommend going out and hiring directly or applying directly through the company's website instead of the contractors. The agency instead, just because knowing what I know about staffing agencies, obviously they're not going to work for free. Dang it. These were supposed to go on the top. These blues, they were supposed to go up here, but I don't like tabs on the top, so I kind of spaced out. Go through the company website and apply because staffing agencies are not going to work for free. So if the company is willing to pay $27 an hour, then the staffing agency is going to make a fee for that $27 an hour. So essentially they are going to be paying you $23, $24 an hour. Because that staffing agency is going to get like basically $1 per hour for what you work for. And then it's going to basically take money out of your pocket. So go directly through the company. Like, let's just say United Healthcare, right? I would not do a contract job, and then I would try to apply for it directly through United Healthcare if it was an option, because it's possible that I could get paid more versus going through that contract job. Is getting a medical billing job wise while learning coding? You absolutely can. It'll definitely get you, get your feet wet a little bit more and things along those lines. So yeah, absolutely, 100% you can. So what's the difference between these tabs and what comes with the CPT manual? I'll show you exactly what the difference is. These are very sturdy. They're laminated and they're not removable. Whereas the ones that come with, so like let's just say the surgery, since that's the tab I'm on. If I were to put my surgery tab here, I can remove it, right? These I can't because these are permanent. And then these are going to be more sturdy versus this one here. So that's the difference between these tabs and these. If you are hell-bent on tabbing, for lack of better words, then I recommend using the permanent tabs. I'm not a big proponent of tabs myself. Again, this is not my book that I use on a daily basis. I can get to codes faster. Plus, my biggest complaint with tabs, just in general, not this system, but just tabs in general. If I'm looking for cardio, I can't, well, cardio's here. If I'm looking for medicine, right, I'm going to have to flip and figure out where my medicine section is versus just being able to go, oh, here's my medicine. I know medicine is green. And see, tabs are in my way. But those are there. But for those that are wanting to tab, these are a good option. I would just not put tabs up here at the top because that just makes the book even more bulky. Plus, if I'm going to throw this in my backpack and I'm going to go, these tabs are going to get bent to hell and back. Like, granted, they're sturdy, but they're going to end up ripping pages. Because if you're flipping, look at how easy that page rips, right? So if I'm getting real excited, then I can very easily rip that page. Talk about book prep. Yeah, absolutely. Do you have specific questions, Dee, about book prep? Hey, Jeannie, how are you? You don't know anything about coding. Is there an exam? Yes, there is a certification exam at the end of your course. You will have a certification exam with the credentialing body, AAPC. If you have no experience, you will be a CPCA. Versus if you have experience or you have completed a course and you've done practico, then you would be just a regular CPC. Universal codes. You have code sets. This is one of the 3 code manuals that you have. But you will have your CPT for procedures, ICD-10-CM for your diagnosis codes, and then HCPCS for services and drugs. Is this just the tabs or the books? The ones that I have linked in the shopping cart, that is just the tabs. You have to purchase the manuals separately. So from the CPC or the CBCS, it's covered through your school. Can you just jump straight into the CPC? More than likely, I can't guarantee it because I don't know exactly what schooling you've done and the kind of the structure of the program. You might have to supplement a little bit, but you do not have to do an additional course. You can get the AAPC study guide for the CPC exam, and all of that, and then just kind of supplement your knowledge in and you should be good. You shouldn't have to do an additional course. If you buy the TRCC prep, then you will be able to use the notes for your CPC exam. Absolutely. There are multiple students that do it. Jeannie that's on here. Jeannie, remind me, did you do the book prep for your CPC exam? Or did you do it after? I think you did do it before. You just bought your books. You don't even know where to start. Are you going through a course or are you self-studying? Okay, but yeah, so you did your own, but yeah, the notes, yeah, you absolutely can write notes in your books. Yep. Self-study. Do you have a textbook that you're working with? Like, are you doing books? Or are you doing a study guide type thing? P-top. Dang it, I left my water in the kitchen. Okay, so what study guide or textbook are you using? You're doing CPB exam. Okay, so go through that study guide. I mean, that's going to be the best thing that I can tell you. I wish there was like a magic formula. Just go through that study guide from beginning to end. Read it. Watch YouTube videos. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there. Go out there and take a look at those. Yeah, I mean, that's really kind of do your practice exams from AAPC. Those are going to be important as well. It's going to kind of test that knowledge for sure. What other questions you have? Just anybody in general. What other questions you guys got that you want me to go over? The tabs that I put in the book, the link is in my, down at the bottom left in the shopping. So if you guys are on the live, this little shopping cart here, if you click on that, then it'll bring up the exact tabs that I have. Do I have a review class? I have a boot camp, D. My next live boot camp is on May the 31st. So at the end of this month. How often do I offer courses? So if you do self-paced, you can start as soon as you get your enrollment. If you are wanting to do the instructor-led, I essentially have one class starting every 4 weeks. Daisy, when are you taking your exam, Daisy? I don't think I remember you saying, I don't think I've seen you comment before. I just wanted to make sure you hadn't already told me, because I've had some people say June. Some people have said May. Or was that you that said May? No, that wasn't it. If you are wanting book prep, I have book prep documents that are available. You can go to the link in my bio and the book prep documents are out there. How do you sign up for the boot camp? Good question. So I'm trying to get back to this here. So if you click on my bio and then this link here, and then you'll want to go to the Legacy Education website. On the Legacy Education website, you'll click on this boot camp tile, and then you'll sign up here. So you'll click, and then you'll choose your date. So 5/31 is the next one that's coming up. You'll add it to the cart. Once you are in the cart, make sure that you guys use code for the coupon code TRCC. And it takes $15 off. So it's going to take 10% off, and it brings it down to $135. Vanessa, the boot camp will definitely help as a refresher. If you're looking for like advice for process of elimination and things along those lines, then go out to the link in my bio as well for YouTube. And then I do a lot of study groups where we go over process of elimination and things there in June. Okay, so Daisy, if you want to do book prep, you definitely have time to do book prep. You can purchase the documents in my bio as well. Yes, the course. Yeah. So if you sign up for the courses, the TRCC is good for anything on the website. It's 10% off, and the code is TRCC. So Tiffany Roach Coding Coach. Any tips for the COC exam? I will be totally honest, it has been years since I have done my COC. So I'll probably, that would be pulling way back into cobwebs. I've never honestly used my COC either. I've always worked on the professional side of things, not on the outpatient facility side. But I do know that the COC study guide is very, very good. As far as like getting people ready for that certification. So if you don't already have the COC study guide from AAPC, Jessica, I would highly recommend getting that. Daisy, which book did you mention? You ended up ordering which book? Oh, I don't know if you guys were on the other day, but I did a review of some erasable highlighters, and I wasn't a big fan of any of those, if I'm being totally 100% honest. But I did grab a ton of Bible highlighters, different kinds, to try those out. And then I even ordered some erasable gel pens. So I'm going to try to do a live one day this week. I don't know. I probably won't be able to do it till Friday since I've got class Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. So I'm going to try to do a live and go over some of these highlighters and pens and... Wait, this is a pen. This is a fine liner pen. See, I've ordered so much stuff. I don't even know what I've ordered anymore. Every time the mail comes, my husband's like, you got something in the mail. Is a laptop or desktop better to take your instructor-led course? Honestly, as long as you have a computer, it doesn't really matter. I know that I've had some students that have taken a lot of their stuff on their iPads. So, I mean, as long as it can play a video through a website, then you're good. I'm really picky about my pens, so I'm kind of interested to see how those fine liner pens do that are erasable. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of a pen nerd, so. Do y'all hear the dog snoring in the background? She's loud. Our course does not include the tabs. The book does come with tabs. The CPT book does. I tend to tell students, if you are hell-bent on using tabs, use the ones that are removable first and try to figure out whether or not you truly like them or if they tend to get in the way. Like a lot of people say, like, I tab and then I get in the way. This is not my personal book, so that's the only reason that I'm tabbing this one. Because this is not the book that I use on a daily basis, because these would get on my nerves and get in the way, and I would end up throwing the book out or ripping the pages off or whatever. But if you're going to tab and you don't know if you want to spend the $25 on, because I mean, it's $25 essentially, or $30 essentially per book. And that can get expensive. But if you don't even know if you want them, go to Staples or go to Walmart, or even Mr. Penn has some removable tabs that you can purchase and try those out. And then if you decide that you like them, then you can invest in these hefty tabs. But a lot of our students will tab at first and then say that they get in their way. And they wish that they had never tabbed. So just kind of take that as you may. Boy Mama, how can you get information on the courses? The link in my bio, if you go up there, Jen, I know. I clutching your pearls over tabs, I'm telling you. Like, if anybody's ever watched one of my videos, you know how much I don't like tabs. But I was doing this so that people will see what they're like if they really, really, really want tabs. Like, what all to do with it. How many days per week and times is the instructor led? The instructor led is 1 day a week, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the June 3rd start date is a Tuesday, June 26th is a Thursday, and then July, I can't remember what the date is in July. That one's on a Wednesday. A little late, but can you study on your own and not go to school? I mean, you can, absolutely. It's not easy, but you can. Amber, yes, I do have notes that you can put into your coding manual. This is the one that I've been doing to show people, like, on Sundays of how to prep. So I do have notes that are available to purchase at the link in my bio. You can go to medicalbillco.com/CPC and you can purchase the documents to show you how to prep your books, for sure. You just started your class. It's every Thursday. Yeah. Jen, thank you. That means a lot coming from you, for sure. Why don't I like the tabs? Me personally, because I've been doing this for so long, that I know the layout of the book and the tabs slow me down. Also, if, like, I've kind of talked a couple times, if I'm looking for the medicine section of tabs, I'm looking and I have like 6 different rows of tabs here, right? So I have to find the tab that says medicine, and I'm going to spend time fumbling through these tabs to find my medicine tab. Versus in my book, I'll show you guys my book without the tabs. If I were to look in my book without my tabs, right, I know medicine is green, so I can go directly to green. So I have gotten super familiar with my book, and by the end of your course, you should be as familiar with your book to know that green is your medicine, blue is your path and lab, red is your radiology. All of this here is your surgery. This is skin, this is muscles, this is respiratory, this is cardio, this is digestive, this is your male genital, this is urinary and female. You've got nervous, and then your eyes and ears. So the more you are in your book, the more you're going to learn your book. And the faster, or the more you know the layout of the book, the faster you're going to get with questions. Michelle, who are you starting with in July? Jay, no, I did not tab at Staples. These are tabs that I purchased from Medical Coding Girl here on TikTok. So I've linked her product in the shopping cart down at the bottom left. Hey, Renee. Oh, you're doing it with Legacy, Michelle? Awesome. Are you doing the July live course? Or are you just saying you are going to sign up in July? Awesome. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Anything that you can do without having to make monthly payments on, I get it completely. The site to purchase my notes is medicalbillco.com/CPC. The link is up in my bio. If it's easier, you can click on the link tree. And then on the link tree, I'm going to show you guys again real quick. On the link tree in my bio, here, there's all kinds of stuff in here. I have an Amazon list out there as far as like all of my favorite things. The website for Legacy, if you're going to purchase book prep, the YouTube channel is linked here. My Facebook page and Instagram is here. And then any coaching and resume services with Sarah and Kristen are down here. Yes, we do have payments through SweetPay. So you would have a 10% down payment. And then it's a small service charge. I think it's a $59. And then I believe it's like a 5 or 6% interest rate. So they're pretty affordable payments. Oh, you got your shirt. That's exciting. You don't want to open it till you pass. Yeah. Yes, it's the CPT book prep. Those are the notes that you're going to put in here. If you do the all files, it will be cover to cover. If you do each individual section, it'll obviously only be the section that you purchase. Netta, sorry, I just now saw your comment. If you purchase the tabs that I did today, these come from Medical Coding Girl. So I put her product in the bottom left-hand corner of the live. So if you click here on this little shopping cart, then you'll see these are the tabs. She has a tabbing system for for ICD-10 and HCPCS as well. HCPCS is $25, ICD-10 is another $30. So if you're wanting CPT, HCPCS, and ICD-10, you're going to be looking at about $85. Complete, like total. Do you get this study group when you sign up? So I'm not doing any more Wednesday night study groups, Michelle. So do I help with classes? Do I help with what, Melissa? Sorry, my comments got out of order for a second. Melissa said, do you help with that or just classes? Are you talking about tabbing? Or are you talking about book prep? What are you talking about there, Melissa? Getting certified, yes. Yeah. Yeah, so I have classes for certification. So I have the CPC, the CRC, and then we have the CPB certification as well that we offer courses for. So any information for the courses, you can go out to the link in my bio. But let me actually write down here because there's a lot of people that are asking questions. So let me find a pen of all of my pens that I have sitting here. Let me find one that I want to write with. So the CPC course with Legacy, let me find one that, here, I'll just write it here. So the CPC course with Legacy, you get the AAPC course because we are a licensed AAPC educator. Hang on, let me let the dog out of the room real quick. Come on, baby. Come on. Sorry. You get the AAPC course. You get your textbook and your workbook. You get 3 coding manuals, which are your ICD-10 CM, your CPT, and your HCPCS. You get book prep, the TRCC method. You get coaching as often as you need it. You get 1 AAPC practice exam. You get 50 to 75 additional practice questions per chapter. You get resume services. You get 1 year of the AAPC membership. 2 exam vouchers. You get Practicode that removes the A. And then you get the HCC internship, which will give you on-the-job experience. Oh, it's her. Is this for the book or tabs? What question is that for? What highlighters do we recommend? I have 2 different things of highlighters. As far as a yellow highlighter goes, I just go with a plain old Sharpie. And then colored highlighters, I really like these Mr. Pen Bible highlighters. So the self-paced is $2,700. The instructor-led is $3,700. But you can use code TRCC and you get 10% off. So that makes this like 24 and some change. This one makes it like 33 and some change. Any update on the textbook? I have not heard anything either way about the textbooks. We were told that they were starting to arrive, but there's a lot of people that were on back order, so I don't know how long it's going to take to get through all of the students that are on back order. Yes, this would be a course to give you knowledge to sit for your CPC exam. Is there going to be another giveaway for the course? We don't have anything planned, Cheyenne. We have been kind of talking about doing a Mother's Day special, but we haven't figured out what we're going to do yet. Let me actually... Renee, are you with Legacy? I think you are, right? You can upgrade to the instructor-led if you want to and just pay the difference. So you would just pay the $1,000 difference if you want. Shoot Rachel an email and you can work out payment on that for sure. When will I start back up the study group? I don't have any plans for starting back up study group right now. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I might do like a couple videos here and there as far as a study group. But what days did I say the instructor-led class for the CPC? It's either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. The June 3rd is a Tuesday. The June 26th is a Thursday. I'd have to look at when the July start date is, but that would be another Wednesday plan or another Wednesday class. I don't know what we're going to, I might do another giveaway for book prep. I probably will. I just don't know when. I might do it for Memorial Day. The 10%, I've had the 10% off for a while. If you didn't get it, I don't know where you had found out about the course. If you are enrolled in self-study, Desi, do you mean the self-paced with Legacy? Or are you self-studying without any course? You did the payment plan. They may be able to amend your payment plan, Renee. Reach out to them and see if that's something that they can amend. I'm not 100% sure. They made you do a survey for the live. I don't know that I've ever heard that they've made you do a survey. That's kind of funny. Can you use the tabs that come with the CPT book for the exam? Yep, absolutely. Do you have to pay up front or do we have payment plans? So you can do either pay in full or we do have a payment plan that is available. It's 10% down. And then you have a small interest payment as well. So the payment plans are pretty affordable for sure. When I say book prep, am I referring to the tabs or taking notes? My book prep is only taking notes. Okay, Desi, if you need coaching, email me or Rachel, or the link for coaching is in Blackboard underneath course information. So you can click on either my link or Rachel's link, and it'll take you to the area to schedule that for student coaching. Oh, the surveys for more exposure. Well, that's good. Yes, you can write code range on the tabs for the exam. Yep. Yes, the CPT books do come with tabs. You already have the books from college you were going to, but they cut the program mid-semester. Oh, that stinks. When will we hear back from Legacy after sending them bank info? As far as the payment plan, you should. Okay, so has your down payment been drafted from your bank account, Sarah? That's question number one. Has it, you can just say yes or no. Has it been drafted? And then what day did it come out? So the instructor-led, yes, it is a virtual Zoom meeting that you will have either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, depending on which session we put you in. So 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They are recorded, so if for some reason you can't join or you have to drop or you need to re-listen, then you do have access to those recordings. Yeah, so it does take a week. That's why I was asking what day it was that it came out, so that way I could give her a little bit better. So like if it, let's just say it drafted out Friday, right? You would hear from Rachel this Friday. It came out today. No, you're fine. You're fine. So you will get your enrollment next Monday. I know you're excited. You're ready for it to be here and to get started. I get it. I've been in your shoes. So no, you're fine, Sarah. You are totally fine. So yeah, you will get your enrollment email and all of that stuff. We will order all of your materials on Monday of next week. How many weeks is the instructor-led class? You have 12 weeks of instructing. So again, that's 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you have access to the course for 12 full months. So you get 12 weeks of instructor. You get access to me as an instructor for those 12 weeks. But if you need coaching at any point during that entire year, you can reach out for sure. Renee, most of our students are, well, I'd say it's, I don't know. It's a hard question. I would say majority of them do self-paced. But I mean, I have 15 people in each class, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they're all full. So how will it work since you already have books? So what we can do, Holly, is we can basically pre-order 2026 books for you. So it's an expense that you won't have next year. Do we have any videos on chapter 7, the integumentary system? You've been struggling with that chapter. Have you already done, I'm assuming, all of the interactive lectures and things? Have you looked at our YouTube channel with the study groups that we do for chapter 7 and each of the individual like body systems? That's an option. And if you still need more, then that's when you can schedule coaching with us for sure. And we can walk through whatever topics it is that you're struggling with in chapter 7. Where do you go to sign up? The link in my bio. It's medicalbillco.com/CPC. So this is the link, medicalbillco.com/CPC. I really like these Mr. Pen felt tip pens. That's what this is. This is a really nice pen. I haven't tried it in the CPT book, but it's really good. Yes, we are both certified. We have, oh gosh, like 35 to 40 years of experience between the two of us. We are both AAPC licensed educators. We both have our instructor certification, and then we both hold the CPC, things along those lines. Are the YouTube videos for those that are enrolled? No. If you go out to the YouTube channel, anything that is out there that is public is available to everybody, not just for students. Yeah, book prep is a lot, but book prep is what kind of will be that component that helps a lot of people kind of get their light bulb to come on, or for the little pieces to connect. I've had a lot of students that say it's a lot, but it's 100% worth it. It was making, it kind of made everything click. You're welcome, Desi. Absolutely. The YouTube channel is Medical Coding with Legacy Education. It's also up in my bio. So if you go to that link tree that's up in my bio, then there's a YouTube link up there. Any chance AI is going to take over coding? No. It will help. It will help kind of like enhance our production and our quality, but there's always going to have to be a human element to it. So one of the big examples that I've used is, like when we have AI that I use at my job, there's a lot of times that it is trying to code conditions or procedures that are notated in the discharge instructions saying if these symptoms present, you may have to have this or something along those lines. And so it's just pulling out the keywords, but it's not taking into consideration where said keywords are. And then the other example is I had somebody that was talking one day about they had AI was trying to assign a code for an incarcerated prisoner. However, the documentation stated that patient had an incarcerated hernia. So obviously it's not perfect. So your role as a coder may transition from being the one extracting the information to just auditing the AI, but AI will never replace the human element of coding for sure. Just like when, when EHR, whenever we started going into the electronic health records, then everybody was worried that coders weren't going to be needed because doctors could pick their own codes, but we see that doctors are not picking their correct codes, or they're over coding, or they're under coding and things along those lines. Justina, I'm just talking about our course now because I finished prepping and there were a lot of people that were having questions about the course. So I've kind of like transitioned over into just talking about the course for a little bit while people had questions. He wasn't incarcerated. They were talking about the hernia, an incarcerated hernia, meaning that it is blocked or it's twisted. So because he had an incarcerated hernia, they were trying to say that it was a prisoner. And they were trying to, so AI was appending because they saw that term incarcerated. Then that's just another perfect example of the fact that they're just looking at keywords and they're not looking at the full thing in the documentation and what's actually there and what's actually supported. So yeah, like I said, AI is just going to help us in some ways. In some ways, it's going to give us headaches, but it's never going to replace us. There's a lot of people that like are freaking out saying that AI is going to take over, but being someone who works with the AI software in a coding element, even if it does, because it can learn, it's not going to be anytime soon. I promise. Because it does not learn as quick as we want it to learn. I'm not sure what that is, Silky Smooth. Rachel, look at you guys. So somebody heard the gods talking about somebody asking if we were going to do a course giveaway. Rachel's asking me, do you think we should do a giveaway of a course? What do you guys think? If you guys get me to 4,000 likes on this video, I want everybody to heart the heck out of this video. And if you guys can get me to 4,000 likes on this video, you think we can do a giveaway of a course? Biggest complaint that you've seen on the job market is it's getting hard to get into. So it's going to depend. There's a lot of places that it depends on the course that you go through. It depends on your ability to code. There's a whole lot of things that come into play. with getting a job and landing a job. There are people that do not hold the correct certifications. There are people that hold a certification, but they don't know how to code. It's all going to depend. We have lots of students with legacy that have landed jobs shortly after getting their certification. Obviously, that's not a guarantee, but our students do tend to land jobs a little bit quicker and a little bit easier because we have resume services. We have all of, like just all of the resources and the things. Like our students are well-rounded. Justina, how do you get your CPC? So you can either go through a course or you can study on your own, depending on like what kind of background you have, if you already have some knowledge, things along those lines. If you're interested in the course with Legacy, Justina, you can go to this medicalbillcode.com/CPC, and this is everything that's included in our course. Kiki, you're taking your CPC exam on the 19th. That's exciting. Holy cow, guys. I should have said a way higher number. That was like, what, 30 seconds? I mean, keep going, though. Mary, I did say 4,000. Clearly, I should have said a lot higher of a number because that did not take very long at all. So, we'll go ahead and do a giveaway. It's not going to be tonight, obviously. We've got to kind of like iron some details out and things like that. But we'll do it for Mother's Day. So Rachel, are you still on? Do you want to start it tonight and then I can do a jot form? And then we can do it through Sunday and then announce it on Sunday. Does that sound like a plan? So I can get a jot form out there as soon as we're done tonight here. And then we'll do it through Sunday and then announce Sunday on Mother's Day. So keep an eye out for that. I'll make a video once it's all up and running. If for some reason I can't get a video done tonight, then just keep stalking that link tree. And then the link will be put in there for the entry form. Yeah, YouTube is really good for finding lectures and I have all of the study group sessions. The previous study group sessions are out there on YouTube. We've got an intro to medical coding course that's going to be coming up. We're working on doing lectures. If you guys were kind of around for some of the lives that I was doing of recording those lectures behind the scenes. So keep an eye out on that. That intro to coding class is going to be coming out. L. Clements, thanks for subscribing. Does the discount code expire? It does not. No, we do not have a set expiration date on that TRCC for 10% off. And that's good for anything on the medicalbillcode.com website. So practice exams, book prep, anything. You guys want to chat about anything else, or do you want me to get the heck off here so I can get that giveaway link going? Okay, Mary says let's get me to 10. I'm good with that. All that does is just push more people to join the video, so it just kind of gets me out there a little bit more as well. I think it might help boost my videos and stuff too. I don't know. I haven't even figured out the algorithm and the ins and outs of TikTok and all of that. So I'm still learning it all. I will say, the subscription might potentially be moving over to the YouTube platform coming up, just to make it easier for you guys to access the videos and things as subscribers. But as soon as we figure that out, then we will definitely announce all of that as well. Are there pre-recorded videos for the self-paced course? Yep. You have interactive lectures. We are working on recording some lectures and things as well, for students in addition to the interactive lectures. Yeah, so we're working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So if it doesn't seem like there's much being put out there, it's like going to be a waterfall whenever it does happen because we've got our irons in a lot of fires right now. So there are days that like I'm going to be a little less active, and I like this weekend, for example, I wasn't doing a whole lot of like responses on videos because I was cranking away on the stuff behind the scenes this weekend. So, oh, Ellen, you're welcome. So yeah, some days I feel like I can conquer the world, and some days I feel like I cross one thing off the list and about 15 things get added. So, like, for example, right now, this is my to-do list, as well as this, as well as, no, yeah, that's the other thing that we're working on getting started, is that standalone coaching. So like I said, we've got a lot of things coming behind the scenes that are going to hit in the next couple of weeks that are going to make a big difference for you guys. So I promise that if I'm not as responsive or I'm not as like out there on making videos, then I am doing things behind the scenes that are going to be rather large when they do release and they are announced. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move this for just a second. I'm going to get this up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, next to everything, I am going to get the link up and running on my computer. So let me get all of these tab papers and sheets and things out of the way. So that way while I'm on here, we can get it started. It's going to take me a minute to get the link going, but how can I get just book prep videos instead of the files? Like, are you talking the subscriber book prep videos, Allie? What experience do you need to have the A removed if you've already worked in healthcare? The experience, you just need 2 years of experience in some way, shape, or form. Working with codes, claims, assigning codes, validating codes. Yes, Allie, if you subscribe, you do get the past videos as well. Yep, 100%. You're welcome. So I'm getting logged in here to get this book prep, not book prep, to do the course giveaway. Yes, the website is thismedicalbillcode.com/CPC. And then make sure you use that TRCC code and get your 10% off. Sorry, I don't need to be singing all my thyroid medication and all of the things. I just noticed all of that was at the top. What should we call the tuition or the course giveaway? Somebody help me come up with a fun name for the giveaway. That way it's not just course giveaway. What do you guys think? What's a fun name for it? Goya, we are going to be giving away a CPC or CPB course. Right, Rachel? Are we doing all three? CPB, CRC, or is it just the CPC? I'm getting everything set up now, Goya. So by the time the live is over, then the giveaway will be live. But I'm getting everything set up now. We just decided we were going to do it while... sorry, I was trying to adjust this a little bit. We just decided we were going to do it. So I'm getting it set up now instead of making you guys wait. You were literally going to sign up on payday? Yeah. So Mrs. Clay, you've graduated in 2022, but never got certified because you relocated to a new state. Do you feel like you've retained a lot of the knowledge? Do you feel like you, like just need a refresher? Sorry, my brain just stopped working. You don't feel like you've remembered anything? Okay. So I have a boot camp that is on May 31st if you feel like you just want a refresher. Allie. Okay, so if you go into the sub-only space, then you'll see a thread that says it's the Dropbox password. You'll want to take that password and then go to the link in my bio and then enter that password in there after you've clicked on the sub-only link and then put that password in. And then that'll give you the Dropbox that has the links for all of the book prep videos. Allie, I'm still learning it all too. So like I think I have it all together, and then I realize that I don't know anything from my life. So we're starting this on Monday, May 5th. And ends and closes. What is Sunday's date? The 11th. Ooh, I like the cracking the code giveaway. Sorry, I'm trying to do this and read comments and stuff too. Settings. What about, since we're doing it for Mother's Day, what if we say the Gift of Coding Mother's Day edition? Do we teach cross-billing to dental? We don't have a dental course, unfortunately. No, DJ, you're totally fine. The tabs that I did are Medical Coding Girl. In the bottom left-hand corner, there should be like a little shopping cart. If you go to that little shopping cart icon, then it's got them linked down there. What payment options do we offer? We have our financing done through SweetPay. So you have to make a 10% down payment with SweetPay. And then there's a $59 service charge that goes with that. That just kind of helps set up for like drafting your payments and things along those lines. And then there is a small interest fee or interest rate with the loan. Alright guys, I'm just making sure all this verbiage is good and then I'll get the giveaway going. Oh no, your husband's having surgery this week. Hopefully it's nothing major. Hopefully it's something small. On chapter 6. Yeah. You're getting there. I knew I was missing something. Disable on May the 11th. So we're going to end it on Sunday at 10 a.m. and then draw at noon. Why did I call it the gift of coding? No more babies. I hear you, girl. Hopefully it's a quick recovery for it. I know typically it is, but I know some people have some setbacks on it, but hopefully his goes really smoothly. All right. Sorry guys, I'm working on these last couple things. And I've got to get it put over into the link tree so you guys can sorry, that was a really weird loud hiccup. All right, guys. It is live. You're doing this self-paced program. It didn't come like with the textbook. Is that what you're asking? Are you a legacy student? All right, guys, it is officially live. So if you go out to the link in my bio, and then your entry form. Sorry, it's making me do a verification thing here real quick so I don't lose the live. The entry form is the Gift of Coding Mother's Day edition. So you'll come out here. It's essentially the same form as before, and then it's out there. So you have to enter. And then if you're not on the live after I make the announcement with the video, then you'll have to share the video as well. But you guys tonight are totally fine if you don't. Okay, so you'll have to check with the program that you're going with. T-Raw, I don't know what all is included in that program. DJ, so with you, you're a legacy student, right? It's not for current legacy students, so it's going to be for a course including CPB, CRC, or CPC. And then we're also doing a book prep giveaway as well. So so unfortunately it's not going to apply to anything, and then book prep is included in the course. We need to find a good giveaway to give to students. I don't know. I might do an individual giveaway to students for like a set of highlighters and pens or something for book prep. I don't know. We need to find something good. So if you have any suggestions of things for students that you guys would want, then let me know. Yes, just fill out the form, Goya. Yes, ma'am. Yep, like I said, once I post the video tomorrow, and I'll know anybody that entered in tonight wasn't like in this. Well, DJ, your coaching is included as well. So coaching is included. So if you have, no, you're fine. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, we include so much in the course, that we need to figure out something that you guys would want in addition. Because like I said, I mean, we include so much that anything that's... Teresa, go to the link in my bio. So the link in my bio is that link tree, and then the very top one is the entry form. No, DJ, I get it. My brain has been a little crazy on this end as well. Oh, I didn't change the password for the subscription today. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not even going to worry about it tonight. Let's see. Was there anything else I wanted to chat about tonight? I don't know. My poor brain anymore. How long have we even been on here? I don't even know how long I've been live. Forever. Over 2 hours. Holy cow. No wonder my eyes and my brain are starting to hurt. I feel like we've talked about anything and everything today. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to hop off got the live going. I'll make a video about it tomorrow. I'll make a Facebook post on TikTok tonight. Sorry, my computer's doing something funky. But if you all need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Keep an eye out this week for, I have a bunch of Bible highlighters that I'm going to test out. I've got some erasable pens I'm going to try out. And then the giveaway for the course and the book prep is going to go through 10 a.m. Sunday. I'll draw at noon on Sunday. And then I'll make a video, and or send out emails and all of that jazz like I have in the past. But you all have a good night. Have a good Monday night. Have a good rest of the week, because I probably, with classes for the rest of the week, won't be able to go live until at least Friday. So you all have a good night, a good week, and I will chat with you soon. Have a good night, guys.